First off, just congratulations on the film. It's a really good film. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Um, and the film is such like a combination of like live action, CGI, and special effects. Like, what was the biggest shooting challenges for you guys?
All the things you just mentioned, creating a whole world that doesn't exist, making it feel like it is very grounded in reality, and, shooting with a bunch of teenagers who have powers and wanting it to look realistic. I think there was a lot of visual effects, special effects, all that kind of stuff that you mentioned. It was a huge challenge.
Do you have like a favorite shooting day?
I have a lot. I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet. There was a lot of fun, really fun days. One of the most fun days was actually a night shoot, and it was shooting the. Have you seen the movie? I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the James and 34 fight sequence with all of the James doubles.
Yeah.
Um, it was really intense and really fun, and we were shooting in the rain from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the woods, and it was crazy. It was really, really crazy, and everything we shot looked really cool and exciting. And then another favorite day was the day we got to do some of like the Princess Anna, January, some of the training pieces all over campus. That was really fun too.
With the all of the
Just January into the pool, and yeah, we just got to have a lot of fun like cameos in the movie, and that was cool.
Oh, good. And like, yeah, with the Kingdom of Illyria, it's such like a combination of so many different cities. What was kind of the inspiration behind the kingdom? What would you kind of use
Yeah, we
as?
really wanted it to feel this blend of old and new. So it had that old European feeling, but then it had this very high tech kind of like Shanghai modern feeling to it. And I felt like the best place we could do that was Toronto. I knew the skyline really well, and I had shot there a lot, and I knew that we had like a lot of great interior, sophisticated, big spaces, which are really hard to find in Canada and in the U.S. There's not a lot of like castles or big kind of spaces. So Toronto was really the goal, and from the beginning, we sort of started cross-departmental planning with costumes, stunt coordinator, visual effects producer, production designer, colors. How do we build this world? How are there purple and green and gold, like the colors of Illyria, kind of flags, like populating all the exteriors? And how do we kind of build this world with it feeling really grounded and like it could exist in our world today? And then populating it with a very diverse cast and diverse background, and really making it feel like this cool place.
Mm. And with the cast, they all have such a great like chemistry and dynamic. Was it hard, like in the casting process, finding, actors that kind of had that chemistry, or was it kind of instant?
I think we were really lucky. I think what happened was as we sort of cast each one of them one by one, or as they kind of like won their parts, I would say, like once Niles was Tuma, nobody else could be Tuma. And we were really lucky that like the combo of the team really had that feeling, and then that the actors all really brought that vibe to it. I think, we did a lot of rehearsals that were a little bit more like just us hanging out and them getting to know each other and them going to school together, and like it just kind of happened. It was really lucky.
Oh, that's so good. Like approaching like a big Disney film, was there any things that like any goals that you had kind of going into it, or things that you wanted to kind of how you put your mark on it?
Yeah, I mean, getting to work with an original piece of original story for Disney is a huge opportunity. And, I had only really made movies that were very low budget. So for me, and bigger TV stuff and commercials and other things. But for me, it was like I got to use all the cool things I had in my bag of tricks and in my past experiences and get to work for like a major studio on a brand new platform, which is Disney Plus, which is so exciting to me. And get to do it in a very grounded way. We really didn't have to stretch. We were able to like shoot, film, you know, kids that felt like normal kids doing really cool things, and you know, got to have like a lot of influence in terms of the story and how it looks and how it was filmed, and where we filmed and bring it to life. It was like, it was a real challenge, a real responsibility, and like an incredible opportunity.
Mm. And also, like, what do you think separates, you know, this Disney film from, you know, other films about princesses and other kind of teen Disney films?
Yeah, to me, and the ones I grew up with, like this just feels more real to me. Like it feels more real, it feels more grounded. The kids feel very relatable. What they're going through, even though they're royals with powers, like the whole just trying to find your identity feels very relatable to me. And that's kind of how we approached it. It was very grounded and it was very, you know, kind of down to earth. And I love that kind of vibe that these very real kids honestly brought to the movie.
Yeah. And yeah, the film is such a great balance of your action, fantasy elements and like a really good, you know, grounded story. You know, how important was it for you to keep that balance? And, you know, was it difficult to keep that balance?
I think it was an intention, and everyone who we kind of hired, or who came on board, or who came in to collaborate really, really loved that idea. And they approached it like their goal as much as mine. And it really like had this teamwork vibe going into it where we all sat and came up with how it was all going to work. So it was kind of easy to keep it going all the way through. And if something just did not feel real, like we kind of had to like, you know, kind of weed it out. That was really interesting. I think what we got was a very cool movie that feels very like down to earth and relatable, and it's really like all the department heads coming in and wanting to make this kind of movie and wanting to do this goal, and this cast coming in and understanding what we were doing and working really hard to make that happen. It took everyone's like extremely hard work to make this happen.
Well, that's all my questions I have.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me. And
one thing about Olivia, because she is your Australian.
Yeah, she is.
She's a movie star. We lucked out. She was cast from a tape. No one could ever make Roxana feel as real as Olivia could, and I think she's got like so much potential.
Yeah, I thought she was excellent in the film. I really thought she was a real standout. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
See you.